Good evening. My name is Lakeisha Tucker, and thank you for joining us this evening for the first of many Saturdays for our month of inspiration. We have planned for you poets, authors, and stories from people all around the world. And I am praying that this will be something that will uplift you, that this will be something that inspires you, that this will be something that leaves you motivated, feeling determined, where you can feel like you can push through whatever it is that you're going through. We have subjects and topics about almost any and everything. I'm praying that one of them touches you, that one of them reaches you. This evening when you leave, I'd like for you to be inspired. I'd like for you to be motivated. I'd like for you to be encouraged. And just like you, I have a story too that I'm going to share with you. Thank you for joining us for our first month of inspiration. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I hope that you enjoy yourself.
Wave Beats Music. Merriam-Webster defines the word inspire as to spur on or motivate, to exert an animating, enlivening, or exalting influence on, to draw forth, or to bring out. As we go through this journey together, we'll learn what people find various forms of inspiration in as we seek to find more things that inspire us.
Hey, my name is Kieran Morrison, and what inspired me is, honestly, the world has a stereotype about a black man, about how, he always in jail, he always in trouble. Well, I always kind of wanted to stay motivated about that and stay clean, so I joined the military, served my country. Now I'm going to college, so I just want to always be better and pursue my education and just better myself. Try to have a great family, get married, own my own house, and eventually live old and die. So that's all what inspires me and gives my motivation.
My name is Winston Matthews. I am inspired by my mother, Willette Carrington, and my father, George Matthews. My mother inspires me because she is a great role model for my brothers and myself. She works hard every day and buys me Chick-fil-A and Old Charlie's. My father inspires me because he gives me anything I want. He helps me build things. Our most recent project was putting my bed and nightstand together. When I grow up, I want to be just like my mom, and she works as a data manager for a school.
Spirit is the key to get you up out your seat. We rock and move, really groove, jam to the beat. Cheer is what inspires me.
Good afternoon. My name is Dr. Terrence Graham. I'm the proud owner of Graham Moore and Clark, LLC, Addiction, Behavior, and Biblical Counseling, located in Raleigh, North Carolina. I'm also the proud owner of 5 Foot Productions, LLC. It's a film company also based outside of Raleigh, North Carolina. What inspires me? Well, as a child therapist for over 20 years, I am mentally stimulated in helping others. Working with young adult, adolescent, and children, it gets me great pleasure to see them work on their goals, enhance their self-esteem, and also becoming productive citizens in society. As a filmmaker, as an independent filmmaker, I'm using my platform to enhance growth in others. I also use my platform for individuals to tell their stories, tell their stories of triumph over pain and their life struggles. I have 5 independent films. My first film, Bobby B. the Hater, is about anger management. Becton the Barber also addresses overcoming obstacles to own your own business, Mr. Rudolph Becton. Earl of Duplin is about my childhood friend, Michael Earl, how he overcome selling drugs and spending over 10 years in prison to getting out of prison and owning his own trucking company. The Cycle, which is now premiering on Amazon Prime, is talking about breaking generational curses. And my next film, that's going to be on Amazon Prime, Dumpster Diving, is talking about toxic relationships. So as you see, there's a pattern how I use my films to address mental health issues, toxic relationships, and also how to manage anger and how to become a better individual. What do I do when I want to give up? Well, every 6 months I try to reinvent myself. I try to reinvent myself, become the best version of me, because again, I am the one who has to make that change to become greater. It's never too late to be the best version of yourself when others say you can't. What keeps me pushing? Seeing the success in others after they meet me. I like to inspire others to be great, to be the best version of themselves, and I feel great pleasure in having a helping hand when others achieve. I am a very passionate guy about what I do as a therapist and as a filmmaker. I want to produce the best product possible in individuals and also in film. I am Dr. Terrence Graham.
Hello, my name is Taria Council, and I would say that my family is who inspires me. Seeing my mom start her own t-shirt business and seeing my dad digging into real estate wholesaling has encouraged and inspired me to one day start my own business. I'm currently obtaining my master's in business administration with a concentration in healthcare administration, and I plan to one day open up my own skilled nursing facility.
I think we all like to know that our life inspires others. I certainly want to think that the way I've lived in my life, the way I've treated others has been inspirational. But the reality of the matter is, what inspires me is to fulfill the will of God for my life. And at times I don't think, clearly grasp what that might be. But in those journeys, there's still a path of righteousness. Certainly throughout my whole life, there have been times when I've let people down. I've hurt people. I've hurt myself and others. And certainly wasn't pleasing to God. But those failures in my life, by the grace of God, can be turned into some tremendous lessons. And so I want to learn those lessons. I want to fulfill the will of God. And then in doing that, I believe that I can be an inspiration, first of all, to the people around me, my wife and my children, my posterity, and in some kind of way leave a lasting impression and legacy that could be emulated years to come, and live a lifestyle in some type of way that could be duplicated in the next world, in heaven. I know it may sound deep, and I'm not trying to be deep, but that's what inspires me to fulfill the will of God for my life.
Hi, I'm Pauline Atkinson, also known as Queen P. I am the author of 2 poetry books, When the Mood is Right, A Poetry Journey, and Mood Swings. Both books are available on Amazon. I will be reading from When the Mood is Right, A Poetry Journey, a poem titled Behind the Shadows. Hiding behind the shadows, never wanting to take front stage. Always in second place with no intention to win the race. Comfortable and complacent, sticking to the devil you already know. Fearing what's in front of that shadow, having no desire to grow. Open your eyes, wake up and smell the coffee. Get from behind and claim your place. You can do better than being number 2. Come out from behind the shadows and show your face. Challenge yourself. Game on. Thank you.
Hi, my name's Carrie, and I was asked by a friend to talk about things that inspire me, and even things that inspired me to become a teacher. For me, when I think about inspiration, I really get inspiration from so many things. I get inspiration from, something at church, of course, listening to my pastor. I might get inspiration from something I read in a book. It could be just a book I'm reading, for leisure. I get inspiration like the other day, just driving up to Greensboro and looking at the fall leaves. For me, I inspire to be the best person I can be. I inspire to be a positive change and a positive influence in this world. So again, inspiration might come from something I overhear. It might come from something I see on TV. I really just listen. I really try to stay in tune with my environment, and I'm very intentional about thoughts that I have, or, things that I want to apply to my life. I might even, feel some way and go on Pinterest and try to find something, a quote that matches that. One time I was in a dressing room with my mom in Florida, and there was a quote on the wall, and it just meant so much to me. I took a picture and printed it off and framed it. So inspiration can come from so many places. As far as teaching, I really didn't have anyone that inspired me to become a teacher. I just knew in my heart that I love children and I wanted to be something positive in their lives. I volunteered at All Children's Hospital, and it was really difficult for me having the suffering and seeing the kids that were lonely being there and sick. So teaching was just natural for me. It just was the best way for me to positively impact children. But what inspires me every day are just the great teachers that I work with. I work with an amazing principal who, models great morals, great values, great ethics. I work with the kids that I'm meant to work with. I think that they inspire me. Their stories inspire me. The media that we see on TV, that inspires me to be a better person, to be a better teacher. So that's just a little bit from my brain. It's not much, but hopefully I said something that maybe resonated with you. And I hope that you have many things that inspire you.
What inspires me? God, my relationship with Him, my family, inspire me to be a better person, to love and care for one another. Community, the fact that, as a collective, we can be a greater good, and good outdoes evil. Even in these times, the fact that, we have a possibility to come together, that's an inspiration to me. Love, and music, and a good hearty laugh. Laughter inspires me, because it makes me think about good times, good places, good friends. So I think those are the things that inspire me.
Hello, my name is Valdina Reeves McMillan, and I wrote this poem in 1996, and I've tweaked it just a little because I think it still stands today. It's entitled, Our Youth, Jesus is the Answer. First, I'd like to commend our youth for trying to hold their ground, when the society in which we live continues to put them down. No one can really figure out what's going on with our youth today. Could it be that they don't know Jesus that keeps leading them astray? Could it be that their parents let them decide alone? Instead of spending quality time, they each play on their phones. Could it be that the community don't think they mean any good and may prefer just not to have them living in their neighborhood? Or maybe it's the government who choose to focus on other things instead of creating programs that supports the needs of our offspring. It could possibly be the schools who don't have time to get involved, even though they could be a main asset in getting the problem solved. No matter what the parents do, the community, government, or schools, if they don't know Jesus themselves, then they won't have the right tools. As adults, the examples that we set are not good ones at all. Let's teach our youth to rise up whenever they should fall. Because no matter where the problem lies, we can show our youth some love by pouring into all of their lives what has been poured into us. Yes, it's hard to change a person who has a set way of life, but we can get them on the right path by introducing them to Christ. Jesus is the answer to getting our youth on track. Let's instill in them that if they should stray, faith in Jesus will certainly bring them back. Thank you very much. Support the youth.
Did you know that Lakeisha has books? One of her books is a memoir in reference to her son. This book details the transition a family may go through when a child leaves home. Lakeisha tells her up and down, as well as how she got through what was one of the toughest times in her life.
My name is Stephanie Ginther, and I just wanted to share the reasons for purchasing A Son's Journey. First of all, it's because I love Kieran, and this book is mainly about him, and I love his mom, Keisha. She's got a great heart. But also, Keisha and I one day were in Food Lion. We had ran into each other, and I was telling her that my son Billy was fixing to join the Marines, and she just shared stories with me, and she even hugged me, and because Kieran was already in the military, already a Marine, and she was just trying to share some things to expect. And so, you know, I knew that from our conversation then, this had to be a great book. And once I received the book, boy, was I surprised. It was even better than what I thought it was going to be. From the beginning to the end, I cried through the whole entire book. I remember having some of the similar feelings that she had. But Keisha's faith that she shares with us in this book, her devotions, her Bible verses, the journals that you could write in and just put in there how you feel at that time, it helps. It helps a whole lot. And you know, I just thank God for Keisha for allowing her to be able to do this book. I thank God for our military and his protection over them. You know, God is good and he's faithful, and I'm just so very thankful. And I was just that if you have someone going into the military, or maybe that's even already in the military, this book is definitely a game changer, and it really does help with depression. It helps with, as a mom, letting go whenever we thought we never would have to, but it's just a very, very, very good book. And again, I would suggest it to anybody that's military or even not military, just parents letting go of their children as they grow up, and as parents, we have to let them go. So thank you, Keisha, for this great book. Thank you, Kieran, for your service, and I love you guys.